right, make sure you check out my homie's channel, The Red Pill Diaries. He is the owner of the Hellblaze, so I'm pretty sure you've seen the ads on my channel. He has a new channel that he wants the information to get out to you guys, so check out his channel. It's called The Red Pill Diaries, all one word, TheredPillDiaries. For those who are listening, one word on YouTube. He wants you to check it out, so go ahead and check them out over there. Shout out to the brother Rashid for giving me a first opportunity to be able to advertise on my channel. So shout out to him. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate the love, support. Check out the channel. We go. All right, let's talk some boxing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Best way to donate, share the video. Apparently, Gilberto Ramirez is going to fight Marcus Browne for the interim belt. WBC to be exact. But first, Mauricio Sulaiman Jr. reveals that Gary Russell mandatory is Ray Vargas. Ray Vargas was a 122-pound champion that basically, I guess, gave up his belt. I thought he was champion in recess, and Luis Nery and somebody else supposed to fight for that belt, but I guess he's going to move up. I know they asked Ray Vargas to move up and try to get him to fight Leo Santa Cruz about a couple years ago, and he didn't want to move up and fight Santa Cruz. So, I mean, to be honest, Ray Vargas is probably one of the hardest fighters to watch. He do a lot of clinching, or holding, and you know, all that type of stuff. I remember he was on HBO towards the end run, and you know, he just wasn't a fan favorite, even by Hispanics. He was big, long, tall. You know, now he'd be a featherweight. Should be interesting. Should he take an interim bout before he take on Gary Russell, or that be Gary Russell's next fight? To be honest, that does nothing for Gary Russell's career. I mean, that's a tough fight. I don't know how he do versus taller opponents. You know, is he gonna go to the body and then bring his hand speed up top? But it's a fight that most fighters don't want to take because of Ray Vargas' style. When you think of a Mexican fighter at the lower weight class, you think of him throwing a lot of punches, being real active. And Ray Vargas is a Muhammad Ali type fighter, punch and clinch, punch and clinch, punch and clinch. A lot of people remember Ali for his performance versus Sandy Liston and Joe Frazier, but you know, he did more punching and clinching, but he was more exciting than Ray Vargas. Because Ali be able to knock some guys out, you know. He was able to take one. Ray Vargas don't try to take no punches. You know, he real tall, like the box, roll out, all that type of stuff. So, I don't see a lot of people to want to take that fight. And I think Gary Russell will beat him. But I do think Gary Russell is more ambitious at 32 years old, probably going on 33 this year, to get a big fight. Al Heyman refused to deliver big fights for him. You know, he refused to let Tank get in the ring with him. He refused to let Leo get in the ring with him. You know, obviously he didn't entice Frampton or Nonito Donaire, none of those guys to fight him over the course of the years. And, you know, at this point, Gary Russell is just in the rock and the hard place. And he fought Ray Vargas. He don't do nothing for his career. But I heard his name was in the running to take on Gervonta Davis. So, you know, if he get the Tank Davis fight, he got to make the best of it. And really, he got to obliterate and try to knock out Tank, because Mayweather ain't gonna let Tank lose to Gary Russell, especially if they little phone spat they had. So, I mean, it is what it is. And then you got Marcus Browne taking on Gilberto Ramirez for the interim WBC title. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that fight gonna take place on PBC because Gilberto Ramirez is no longer with Top Rank. He did his own individual pay-per-view fight. I don't think it did that well. Now him and Marcus Browne gonna fight. I think Gilberto Ramirez should get Marcus Browne. Marcus Browne, he got all the time in the world, but I just see him losing all the time. Just losing fights he shouldn't lose. Okay, and I think Ramirez is probably gonna give him that business. Should be a close fight. I think Ramirez will win, and you know, you ask yourself, if Ramirez is going for the interim title, why didn't he just fight Better BF anyway? You know, he was on Top Rank. He could have fought Better BF. He could have fought in a little mini WBO tournament. He chose not to get in it, and they chose, you know, now Joe Smith Jr. fighting for the WBO belt. But I fear that Ramirez is probably going to kind of go back to Top Rank or go to PBC. But I don't think he want to fight Better BF not right now. People don't want to fight Better BF, and you know, people seem, the boxing fans seem to be okay with them not getting down and guys not fighting Better BF. But if it was Goosevic, they'd be clamoring for him, you know. But the real fighters that will take on anybody and that get stoppages like Better BF, Terrence Crawford, or Nuyuwa, they really don't have a hardcore following in America. They like, a lot of these dudes like following the guys that duck the op. You feel me? So, I mean, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about Gary Russell having a mandatory with Ray Vargas and Gilberto Ramirez fighting Marcus Browne from New York for the interim WBC title that's held by Arthur Better BF. But don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my social media links, description. Fast way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram, all the links there. Also got a Facebook group. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App CJGood313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description as well. Best way to donate. Share the video. Let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time.